She's the magnificent, the queen.
Hi guys, we down here at the Jitty trial. Now, I came in a little late, so when I came in, the personal assistant was on the stand, and he was talking about how him and one of the chefs got into it, and he grabbed the chef hand, threw her, and told her she better stay in her fucking lane. I don't know if this is the same Chef Jordan, but anyway, so he pushed her. Puff asked him what happened, and then he told Puff what happened. And then Puff had the nerve to say, you can't be putting your hands on women. If you do it again, you're going to get fired. Then Puff told him, you need to write her a letter and give her a gift. Guess what the gift was? He wrote her a blunt and gave it to her. A blunt as a gift. Everybody in the courtroom was like, what? Laughing. Okay, now, the PA... Oh, I don't know. You know what? They asked the PA, were you ever in the car with Puff when he was having a conversation about Cassie? He said, yes, it was Puff and Chris Lighty. I was like, oh, here comes some juicy stuff. But then they went on. They didn't even finish about what the conversation was between Puff and Chris Lighty. Rest in peace, Chris Lighty. I don't know. They just, again, sometimes they be skipping. They'll go from 2006 and then, oh, what happened in 2012? It's like, I need points. Like, I need y'all to stay in line and stay in order. But anyway, he just said that him and Chris Lighty was in the car. And, yeah. And, okay, conversation about Cassie after Kim moved to LA. This was early on in him and Cassie's relationship, where him and Chris Lighty was having a conversation. Okay. They asked the personal assistant, I forgot his name. I didn't get his name. Has he ever taken drugs? The personal assistant said, yes, I've taken ecstasy and I smoke weed, but never smoked on the job. I'm getting to some juicy shit stuff. Hold on. The PA. Okay, Roger Bonds. Roger Bonds, you got some explaining to do, buddy. The PA said that him and Roger Bonds had met two women who, you know, later turned out to be prostitutes, and took them back to Diddy's house in the Hollywood Hills. So they was asking him, did you always pick up women and take them back to Diddy's house? He was like, I didn't do it. Roger Bonds made me do it, right? So he said he had a girlfriend that came over frequently, but those that were really, really close to Puff did it. Now, Puff obviously didn't spend a lot of time in his house, so I guess some of his friends and bodyguards had free reign to do certain things, like pick up prostitutes and take them to Diddy's house. So he said Roger Bonds made me do it. He said security always met women and brought them back. Now, this particular night, this personal assistant and Roger Bonds had sex with these prostitutes. He didn't know it was a prostitute until after the sex, the woman, one second, y'all. He didn't know it was a prostitute until after sex, the woman's asked him for $200. So then he must have hit Roger Bonds on the phone like, yo, why this woman asking me for $200? I'm not giving her nothing. And then Roger Bonds was like, I think you might want to pay her because we don't want her to make problems for the house and come back to the house with that bullshit. But the personal assistant was like, I don't want to pay her. So then the prostitute asked, can she take a shower? Yo, he charged her $200 to take a shower. So he paid her, but not really paid her. He just ended up getting his money back. Yo, everybody started cracking up. Because, like, it's like, yo, I don't know. I guess that's when he found out she was a prostitute, but whatever. Okay. Now, there was a problem where Puff had a problem with somebody named Chef Jordan. Now, first, the personal assistant has a problem with a chef. I don't know if this is the same chef. And he instructed this personal assistant to go to the precinct, make a report, because I don't want this coming back up. The personal assistant said they was in Alpine, New Jersey at this time. He rode around for an entire hour, came back to the house, told Puff he made the report, but he lied. Because he was like, I'm not going to make a report and lie about something that he felt wasn't true. So I don't know. And to this day, they was like, oh, so you lied to Sean Combs? He said, yes. They was like, did Sean Combs ever know that you didn't make this report? He said, no. So, yeah. Okay. Guess who took the stand early today? Regina Ventura, Cassie's mother. She's a beautiful woman. She had on a white top, or like a beige shawl. Her hair is all white up here and black at the ends. First of all, Puff whole goddamn afro is white. Whole head white. He might want to just leave it like that. I don't know, but I was like, God damn, Puff. Stress. Anyway, Cassie mother. Now, she retired and lives in Connecticut. She lives in the same home for 57 years. She has 2 kids, Robert and Cassandra, which is Cassie. They put a picture of Puff up on the screen. Oh, no, they showed her a picture of Puff, and she identified him as Sean Combs.
Hey, how are you? They don't want you on the property.
I can't put it right here.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, they made me move. And I'm trying to find a place to put this thing real quick, y'all. Hold on. Oh, right here. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, I gotta hurry up. Lunch is almost over. Okay. Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay. So they put the pictures of Puff. She identified it as Puff Combs. She met Puff in 2006. Now we're talking about Cassie's mother. She met Puff in 2006 when Cassie was signed into Bad Boy. When Cassie moved to LA, it was harder for her to get in touch with her daughter, you know, after signing with Puff. In December 2011, Cassie was home for the holidays, and there's an email that Cassie sent to her mother after she had left. On 12/23/2011, there's a threat. Sean is saying he's going to release 2 sex videos of her, and that he will have someone hurt her, and he will not be in the country when it happens. So she was very, very scared. The mom said that she was sick to her stomach. Now, Puff ended up demanding $20,000 from Cassie's parents because he's saying that he needed to recoup the money he used for her, because this is when Puff found out she was messing with Kid Cudi and he was mad. So the mother and father took out a $20,000 loan on their house and wired it to Bad Boy. So, but 4 days later, they got the $20,000 back. He was just being an asshole. He was just being a real asshole. Had them do that. And the crazy shit, they probably had to pay interest on that money. So I would have demanded my money back, you know. But anyway, I mean, she got the $20,000 back, but I would have asked for the interest back. It's like, come on, Puff, what are you doing? You don't do stuff like that. But, you know, he was being an asshole because he was jealous and he was mad about Kid Cudi. So, yeah. And then I think her mother was, you know, she's a mother. She said they was like, why did you do it? She was like, because I was scared for Cassie's safety. Yeah, I mean, any mother would do that. Anybody who loved their kids would do that. You know what I'm saying? I love my daughter to death, and I will, anything, go to the end of the world for TT. So, yeah. Now, they asked Cassie mom to look at some more photos. This was, again, taken in December 2011. And the photos were of bruises that Cassie had on her body that were caused by Puff but she addresses him as Sean Combs in court. Anytime, Sean. Cassie was bruised on her back, legs, and arm. Now, after Christmas, Kid Cudi came to Connecticut for like 3 or 4 days and stayed with Cassie at Cassie's parents' home. I think with Cassie. I'm not sure because she didn't say with Cassie, but he stayed with them for 3 or 4 days. And then in 2012, the mother ended up seeing Cassie again, but she was with Sean at Foxwoods. Something was going on. Y'all know Foxwoods Casino, that's located in Connecticut. You know where they live at. Now, I don't know who this person is. They jumped to somebody named Nia. Nia is not this person's real name. Nia is not this person's real name. And I don't know what happened. They were all, could have been at Cassie's house in LA. And everybody was in the kitchen laughing. And all of a sudden, Puff asked Nia, why you laughing? And Nia turned pale, stopped laughing, and just left the room. I don't know what it was about. I don't know why. Puff just scared this person to death. Basically. I don't know. They just asked about that and then they moved on. She turned pale and left. Now, August 2016, the mother flew to Cassie's 30th birthday party in LA. At this time, Puff again, being a bully and was probably mad or jealous about something, but this was in 2016. He took... All right, Puff took Cassie's phone, and the mother, they showed Cassie's apartment building in LA. Puff took her phone. Miss Ventura went downstairs and was arguing with Puff about the phone. Cassie was not there. She stayed upstairs. D-Rock, Biggie's best friend, his man, was there. Miss Ventura said that she was swinging on Puff, trying to get the phone and trying to fight him, but D-Rock was in the middle of them. Eventually, Puff gave Miss Ventura Cassie's phone, but he took her Jaguar, Cassie's Jaguar, and left. I'm hoping all this noise is not interrupting what I'm saying. So they finished talking to Cassie's mother, and then the judge asked, was there, cross-examination? They said, thank you, Miss Ventura. There is no cross-examination. So they didn't even question her. She got off the stand. And I'll have some other stuff later on about somebody else. But lunch may be over soon, so I'm about to go back into the courtroom. And I will see y'all later.